You know, if you want to talk about Sam Smith, non-binary, child sex change operations, Pfizer being the sponsor, I'll be like, let's talk about massive multi-billion-dollar corporations sponsoring satanic shows that I can get. But it seems like most people are just saying like, look, they wore devil horns and they were dancing in red. I can't believe it. This is pure evil. And I'm like, well, what about it? Because, I mean, are we going to, seriously, we'll go back and talk about any death metal band or like black metal in Scandinavia and all the dark demonic imagery they use?
I feel like there was more backlash when Miley Cyrus came out and like twerked on someone at one of the award shows, right?
That's
like,
arguably more satanic. Being sexual is
and people were more upset about it. You heard more of both sides being like, she's so liberated, that's inappropriate, whatever. This, it's just like, yes, we're completely falling on party lines, right? There are the people who are annoyed by it are annoyed, and the people who like it like it. I mean, there's no nuance to it anymore.
If it had been green light, all green, and they were wearing shamrock hats, no one would mention Satanism. And it would be called. No one even question why it was called unholy. So it's like it's like the visage of evil, just to like sell tickets. They're like, look how dark, look how bad we can be too. We're Pfizer execs. Look how
it would have been an awesome show if they wore green with shamrock hats. I'd have been into it.
Then the Irish community is like, take it back immediately.
What's wrong with us?
Well, the whole point, you spend millions and millions of dollars for visual elements to music is to sell more music. It's to sell music, sell tickets. It's to push the music further. Like you got a song, you want to put a great video behind it so more people see it and hopefully love the song and it becomes your thing. And people sit around and have really big meetings around really big tables like this at record labels, and they spend tens of millions of dollars behind a lot of these artists, all for marketing of the music of that artist and marketing the artist, so more people will want to consume that content. So when you look at this performance on the Grammys, they're sitting there going, what's going to make the most people like this artist, like this music, you know, come to the party here? I know what, let's just simulate hell on stage, and then let's tag it with Pfizer, which is the biggest cuss word in America right now. This is the pitch. So what does that say about what they think about the audience, that this is what they're going to pour their money into for the visual backups of the music?
Yeah, they probably think we're really gullible and we'll bite and start talking about it on TV.
Exactly.
And we did.
Well,
of
course.
I did. I want to talk about it.
But that cuts both ways because you want people to like it. We don't like it. We're seeing it and we're repulsed by it.
But this is what happens with everything culture war related. A lot of these big companies know. I'll give you an example. When Jim Jordan was talking, we'll get super political. Jim Jordan's talking with Chuck Todd on Meet the Press, and he says, you know, with Donald Trump, you had the Secret Service protecting these documents. You had them locked. You had the DOJ actually came in and put the lock on it. With Joe Biden, they're stored in a garage. Chuck Todd immediately comes to the defense of Joe Biden, despite the fact that any sane, reasonable thinking person is going to be like, what the are you talking about? Like, Chuck Todd's like, no, Trump did it. And it's like, he just laid out for you the details of the story. You're not refuting them. You're just saying, yeah, well, Trump is bad. What they're doing is 2012, they had 39 million viewers, the most they've ever had. The year before was like 29, typically averaged around 27, 28 million viewers. Then there was this massive drop off from 2019 of like 18 million viewers to 8 million. Then in 2021, I think 2020 to 2021. Then in 2022, they had, I think, about 8.93 million. They have no audience. Nobody watches. They'll take anything they can get. They are so desperate for attention. And I imagine there's probably some executive or somebody associated with the Grammys, and they're sitting there saying, like, guys, we lost 60% of our viewers. We're dead in the water. What do we do? And they were like, people aren't going to want to watch shows like this. We need controversy. We need to piss people off. And here's the hope. Get a bunch of conservatives angry, and at the very least, you will rescue a liberal audience. So they start posting stuff like this, hoping that shows like this generate rage, but not that we will watch it, that the tribalists in the cult will say, well, we're big fans of the Grammys, and then they will start endorsing it, and the machine will then prop up the Grammys.